friends, it's me, Jenna from the White Witch Parlor, and today I want to share with you how you can honor the new moon. It is the opposite of the full moon, and as a witch and a magical practitioner, this is a really powerful time for you to set those intentions and really start with this solitary ritual for yourself so that you can honor your own shadow self and your own dark side, and you can really start to plant those seeds of intentions, possibly by starting with a book journal to write in those dreams and intentions, or to just start by setting free anything that's been holding you back for the past month. Even though at this time we cannot see the moon, we know intuitively that it is still there and it is still affecting us on a very deep, soulful level. It's important during this time to be aware of these things so that you can mimic what Mother Nature is doing and what the lunar phases are doing of the moon. This is a great time for artists, as a lot of us tend to stay up in the wee hours of the night and we find our best creativity flows out during this time. This is the same thing that happens to many of us during the new moon phase. It's a time when we can really reflect deep into our shadow self and really discover who we truly are. So use this powerful manifestation time to start new projects and start planting those seeds. Often many witches and magical practitioners will keep a magical diary or journal, and often a new moon intentions journal. By sitting in a solitary ritual, you can stay in a meditative state and you can write down all the things that you desire in the month to come. This is where you can really start to embark on new ventures. It doesn't have to be physical, material things. It could be things that you want to change within yourself. And by focusing this new moon energy within your aura, you can really dig deep and find what is troubling you so that you can let it go. This is a really powerful phase for us. It comes about once a month, and you will find yourself really deeply inspired to do something new and try something new. We need to use this time to really care for ourselves and really express ourselves. Start thinking of new ceremonies or rituals that you can start partaking on, whether they're with other people or yourself. Be creative, use this energy. It's a little bit heightened, and you want to flow this energy out of your hands and out of your mind and onto paper so that you can channel the same energy later on. Many parts of the world see the new moon in association with youth and vibrancy. So you'll find yourself, if you are finding yourself connected with the moon, really charged with this amplified energy and kind of finding your innocence again, kind of finding the things that you once found as a child to really thrill your heart. This is when you need to own in on those things and really own your craft. Whatever it may be, find it and utilize your tools and your powers, because this is something that's naturally within you and you are capable of so much more than you might be crediting yourself for. So use this energy under the new moon to really start planting those seeds. You might find that a lot of kids do really good under the new moon. They're focusing a little bit better, they're being a little bit more mature about things, and they're a little bit easier to manage. This is because they're becoming very internalized and they're starting to really reflect upon the decisions that they're making and how they're going to pan out in the end. Many women also sync up with the moon and its lunar cycles, so a lot of us may not be menstruating at this time because the energies are not there. They're there when the moon is full and when it's a time to release. The new moon, you might really want to get in touch with new things in your life and things that you've also been out of touch with for a very long time. Because of this new energy that we're feeling, it's also a great time to do some cleaning. We can clean our house or we can clean ourselves, do a temple cleanse, clean out that old energy and bring in some new light and warm, cozy energy. If you're really into talismans and other magical tools, this is a great time to cleanse them and renew their energy, give them some new vibrancy and life, recharge your crystals even, or cleanse them. It depends on how you choose to honor the moon and work with the moon, but you might find that you are better tied to the new moon than you are to the full moon. Sometimes with the full moon, we are too emotionally charged, and when we are in this emotional state of mind, it's hard for us to really understand what we need or want in our lives, and we just feel a bit chaotic. And through this high emotional state of mind, it's hard for us to see past anything. We get too caught up on the little things, we get agitated easily. This is why it's so important to ground that energy and make way for healing during the full moon. Trying to make time for nothing else but soaking in the healing rays of the moon and just grounding any extra energy that's leaving you emotionally chaotic. So the new moon is the opposite of that. You're full of this robust, beautiful energy, and you need to express yourself. You're feeling that extra urge to get artistic and creative. You need to use this time and energy to do that. If you don't have the physical time to donate, to be artistic, write down those ideas, write down those intentions. It's a really powerful time, and you can harvest that energy again later and go back to it. But if you don't write it down now, you might find yourself a little bit sad later on because you didn't listen to your intuition and listen to your spirit speaking out loud during this beautiful time. If you haven't embarked on a journey of divinational practices yet, this is a wonderful time to start making that a practice. Do it once a month until you get really comfortable with it, and you can incorporate it into your weekly routine. So if you're going to work with the lunar phases, and especially the new moon, because this is time of deep reflection, going within, really internalizing your thoughts and emotions, and being able to focus more on one thing, and instead of a bunch of scattered thoughts, you will find yourself able to zone in onto one point. So if you're wanting to work with divination, automatic writing, pendulum reading, tarot readings, runestone castings, anything you feel drawn to do, work with it. Really strengthen your intuitive abilities during this time, because we're able to kind of sift through that veil a little bit easier. This is a time also when the night sky is darker, and with that we can see the stars shining brighter. So if the new moon appears to be the absence of moonlight, we can really drift beyond the light and see what's beyond, into that void. Through that, we can start to see the sparkling that is that inner light coming from within and coming in the sky as well. So again, everything's a mimic, everything's a nature. Whatever's happening outside is always happening within us. So if we can see the night sky, we can see those stars piercing past the black, and we can see the sparkles, the diamonds in the sky, these beautiful glistening glows, those things can come through. So this is the same practice, the same notion that you can work to bring within yourselves. If you go into really deep meditation, you can start to find those inner little bits of light, start making all these beautiful connections, and you work with this divination practice. Maybe you do automatic writing. Take it easy, just keep a pen or a pencil handy, write the things that come up, write the visions, the words, the images, anything that rises to the surface. Jot it down in your journal. If you're unclear what it is you want to cast your intention with, then go ahead and do this meditation, do this divination practice, because it will kind of bring those things to the surface gently without you having to try so hard. This is the beauty of the new moon. It's a time of womanhood and empowerment, and not just with women, with men too. We need that balance. We need everyone have equal energy. We need men to be in touch with their feminine energy and women to be in touch with their masculine energy. So use this time to really find balance. If you do have a significant other, try to work with them. Try to create that yin and yang balance. It's a really powerful time to do this. The new moon is a very powerful element that you can bring into your magic, and I personally find myself more drawn to the new moon than the full moon. I love doing my release spells. I love doing, meditation and just healing, but I do find my energy being a little bit too heightened during the full moon. So I often just ground my energy. I like to repot some of my plants and get out in gardens if it's warm enough outside, and just ground that extra energy so that I don't come off with a spiky, chaotic energy. And with new moons, I just embrace everything. I like to get out, spend the day, doing things, doing fun things, enjoying the scenery, the sights, the sounds, everything that I possibly can, and then fall back into a solitary ritual or just a simple meditation during the new moon. Really start reflecting on what it is I'm trying to gain in my life, what it is my goals are, my long-term goals or my short-term goals. It's a really intense time, and I like to use this time to just kind of be in my own energy. It's a day for me to do what I want to do, a day for me to relax or reflect, and I feel very clear-headed and focused during this time, so I utilize this. Same with the full moon. Because I feel so emotionally charged during the full moon, I often like to just relax and kind of take a little mini vacation just for that one night or one day. And this is a really great thing for all of us to do. And if we can all get together and do this, we will balance the earthly energies around us. And with the new moon, you can work with your crystals, really start setting those intents. If you cleanse your crystals under the full moon, or if you charge them under the full moon, you'll feel that they're very, very powerful at this time. So then take that, and now you can plant your seed in them. You can plant your intent, your thought, your notions, and really start learning to manifest and use that law of attraction to bring in everything that you desire in your life, whether it's bettering a relationship, finding some new career path for yourself that maybe you don't even know what it is yet. Let it all find its way to you, and plant that seed now. Use a new moon for gardening your soul's intent. So I hope you guys like this video. Happy new moon to you all. I hope you have a magical and beautiful week.